What's going on, yo? What's going on? Test, test, test. Let me know how we sounding. Let me know how we sounding. We sounded good. All right, perfect. What's going on, Method FX? I see you up in here. Got a couple setups we're looking at, y'all. It's Friday, September 13th. Week's over already. I'm about to be over. About to see if we're going to get to the action in a second. As we're going to see here for the past few hours, since around 10:30 last night, price has been consolidating and chilling at this level. We're going to be continuing to look for sells as it's been dropping down all this week. But again, we got this level of traffic to the left that is struggling to break past, right? When we go into the bigger time frame, what do we see here? We see that literally all this week, right? We see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, yesterday, and today. That price is showing this bearish momentum, but we see that for the past 3 days, including today, that price has hit this point at 185.45, but it's failed to not just break the level, but hold it as resistance. And again, if you understand how support resistance works, in order for price to continue to go down, support levels have to be turned into resistance levels. So that's what we're watching and waiting to see if price is going to be able to do. It is respecting this level as resistance right now, but it is struggling to break through and continue to push down. So we're just going to wait for volume to kick in. As far as news today, we have nothing going on as far as high impact news. So again, we're just simply waiting for volume and our confirmations to be met. You already know the drill, y'all. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop them in the chat. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. Yeah, but this week's only been a few charts that really had volume. And then yesterday, volume did kick in with a few other charts, but a lot of them have just been either retracing or just ranging all week. Those just joining the stream, we have not entered anything yet. This is a trade idea. Make sure to hit that first link in the description and join the free server, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. What's going on, webinar? I see you up in here. You said sounding better, bro. Knows the key levels you mark up on the chart. You basically leave on there and just keep looking for setups as time goes on. Kind of, but it's not like I set a level and I just keep it there for life. Um, it depends on really what price does, but at the beginning of every week, I do. At the beginning of the week, I do reset my levels. So, like Sunday, before I do the Sunday chart analysis, I restart, I delete all my levels, and then remark them up based on the market structure and what I'm going to be looking for based on what I see on the charts. But after I place the levels, I do keep them there and look for setups. But again, for the most part, like we was talking about with GJ earlier, when we look at this week, again, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, yesterday, today, from these three levels, price has not really moved or done anything drastic or crazy, right? Like we're still showing bearish momentum. It's still just been stuck in this box right here. And again, it's still respecting these levels. So again, there's no reason to change or adjust my levels. But when I do see that they need to be changed or adjusted, or when it's a new week, I do that. What else did you say? Or is that everything? Looking for buys on G, waiting for retest at 31.20. Yeah, reversal did take place. Went for sells on that to continue to go for sells like we caught on Wednesday. But as we can see after that retracement, price consolidated here, barely missed TP1, and then it reversed the rest of the day. So if it can break these next few levels, we can see the bullish momentum come back into play. Right. So you was talking about 31.20. Yeah, 31.20. I'm personally waiting for around this price point at 31.45. If we can hold that low as support, we can see buys continue to push up. We can see again, looking to the left, explain what's happening in the present, strong support resistance level. We also see how price has been reacting to it and how price also reacted to it yesterday. So this is where after the reversal took place, price took a break here for a few hours and rejected. So if it can break and hold this level of support, then we have a higher likelihood of price pushing back up and seeing the bullish momentum come back into play. So yeah, I got my alert marked on that. So, I'm gonna pay attention to that when it does break that level. We're also gonna be looking at potential NAS buys. We're looking at GJ sells and then possible EN buys. But again, a lot of these charts are just consolidating in ranges, so they still got some work to do. We got a new 15 about to pop up in a few minutes, though. Make sure you like the live and subscribe. Got a new video dropping for y'all at the beginning of the New York session today. Make sure to be on the lookout for that. Do you mark all your key levels during your Sunday breakdown? So yeah, like I said, when a new week starts, so let's say after today, well, when Friday, after the week's over on Friday, I don't look at the charts at all. I'm done for the week. I don't want to see a chart. I don't want to think about the charts. But when it comes to like maybe Saturday or Sunday for sure, that's when I'll go back on the charts, review how I did last week, refresh or adjust my trading plan for the week if I need to. Also, just, get my mind right to stay focused on what I got to accomplish the week. You know what I'm saying? And then before I do the Sunday chart analysis, that's when I'll delete all my levels, do my chart analysis, see what price is looking like, the market structure, what trend we're in. And then based off that, that's when I mark off my key price levels. And then that's when I do the Sunday chart analysis. But I'll always redo my levels at the beginning of the week. Right. And that's why I'm also able to get projections when I see price doing throughout the entire week, because I'm doing my projections based on how price ended last week and also the direction it's potentially heading this week. And of course, the overall trend. Yeah, but GJ is rejecting the level. So again, we're just going to let it do its thing. Again, we don't have any high impact news popping off today, so we're simply just waiting for volume to kick in and our confirmations to be met. And again, like I said, we have just a lot of low volume going on right now. And then this week, there's only been a few charts that consecutively had nice moves, which was really GU and GJ. All the other charts have been either consolidating or reversing. A good example here is GA. Again, last week, the bullish momentum came back into play, but as we can see here, price rejected the same level it rejected the last time we was catching bias in the uptrend. And then we see right here, again, Monday, price failed to break that level, retrace. Tuesday, price took a nap. Then Wednesday, price rejected and reversed. And then we see yesterday, price didn't do a damn thing. Stay in this box right here. And then we see so far today, price is literally doing the same thing yesterday did. I mean, that it did yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the answer. No problem. No problem. You got any more? You already know. Drop them in the chat. I got y'all. That's what we do these lives for. You always enter your trades on the same specific time frame. Are you talking about the one I'm on right now? Yeah, on the 15, yes, right. So I got a new video dropping today, but if you go to my day trading tips playlist and watch all my trade break, none of my day trading tips, check that playlist out. Before I'm talking about right now, if you go to my trade breakdowns playlist, you'll see that again. I have a bunch of videos, over 60 videos of different buy setups, different sell setups, and I explain from start to finish why I was looking for buys, why I was looking for sells, and then I also go and break down like where I entered at. But yes, so again, I don't just stay on this time frame. As y'all see, I flip through multiple time frames. My entry, that's already, if I did my analysis, I know what I'm looking for. So now I'm just waiting for my confirmations. You know what I'm saying? So right now I'm just waiting for my confirmations. I already know my game plan is if it can hold this level of support, I'm looking for buys. So now all I have to do is just patiently wait to see if price is or is not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Just like right here, I know that I'm looking for sells. So now I'm just waiting to see if my confirmation is going to be met or if they're not going to be met. What's going on, Mr. Nova? I see you up in here. Why do I trade on the 15-minute time frame? Good question. Because it's not too small, it's not too big of a time frame, right? Because when you go into, what you see a lot online, the 1 minute time frame, even the 5 minute time frame, it'll sometimes show you price looking like it's doing a big move to the upside or downside, when in reality it just shot up 3 pips. And that's why a lot of times people be getting caught in these quote unquote fake outs or liquidity sweeps, is because they're trying to identify the trend and direction price is going on the 1 minute chart, where the 1 minute chart is not going to tell you the direction price is heading overall. The 1 minute chart or the smaller time frames in general only explain what price is doing at that exact moment. Again, what price is doing at that exact moment is important, but what price is doing at that exact moment does not tell you that that's what price is going to be doing for, let's say, the next hour, the next 4 hours, or the day or the week. Where if you identify the trend on the bigger time frames, it's going to tell you not only the direction price has been heading last week, this week, and the month, but it's also going to show you where price is most likely going to be heading today, right? And then you go into the smaller time frames. That's why a lot of people be getting messed up and stuff like that, because they be trying to find shortcuts and try to do everything on one time frame, and then it doesn't work. Is that a triple bottom GJ? Is it reversing? Let's take a look at it. And see, this is when you'd want to go into a bigger time frame, right? Because again, you was making that analysis based on a smaller time frame. So again, when we go into the bigger time frame, what we see is we're in a downtrend, right? Which is why we're looking for sales. But what we also see is, and this is what I was talking about earlier in the live stream. So if y'all are just tuning in, I recommend restarting, because again, it's not like we've been live that long. So, and we talked about a lot of good stuff and broke a lot of things down. Also, members, make sure to watch yesterday as well as Friday. So watch yesterday as well as Wednesday's New York live streams. They're both uploaded in the Telegram, so make sure to check those out. If y'all weren't in them, make sure to check those out over the weekend. But this is why it's important to, again, do your analysis on the bigger time frame, because again, if you was doing all that on the smaller time frame, you'd be confused. But we see that we're in a downtrend, but we also see that for the past 3 days or 4 days, really, has been struggling to break past this price point here that we see at 185.60. You know what I'm saying? Which is why, again, when we go to the actual chart, which is why we're looking for sales at that level, because the price can hold that level as resistance. We can see the downtrend continue, right? And then this is what we see on the smaller time frame. So this is why, again, it's important to look at the bigger time frames as well as the smaller time frames. So when we go into the smaller time frame and take a deeper look at it, we see that every time price is broken 185.40, it's failed to hold it as resistance. We saw price broke this level here, rejected, broke it again, but didn't retest to hold as resistance. Then we see right here, price failed to hold as resistance, keep pushing. And then we see when the volume kicked in after the news, it didn't hold as resistance, it just took a dump and broke through that level, right? But then we see when price retraced, again, it failed to hold as resistance, started being treated as support. And then we see right now, again, it broke this level, and for the past few hours, it has been respected as resistance, but again, you can see it's rejecting in real time right now. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's important to get the bigger picture, because when you see the bigger picture, it's going to make a lot more things make sense, and then you're going to start being able to connect the dots. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok too, y'all. Y'all see it scrolling at the bottom of y'all screen. Instagram, playmaker_way, TikTok _playmakerway_. We're posting all week on both of those pages. Those that just joined the stream, we have not entered anything yet. These are just trade ideas. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last month, last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. We're going to pull it up in a second because we haven't pulled that up yet. We're having a lot of good questions asked this live stream, so y'all joining late. Again, we see price ain't really doing too much, so I do recommend rewinding to the beginning so y'all can get that game as well. But if you hit that first link in the description, you're going to see how we're doing so far this week. We're 3-1 this week so far. And as far as how we did last month, if you scroll to September 3rd, you'll see how we ended August. We went 13-1 last month, giving us a 93% win rate, catching a total of 27,727 pips. Again, you go to September 30, you can see that. You click this highlighted right here. I'll take you to the beginning of the month, August 1st. Again, everything is time dated and documented, so you want to fact check any of this stuff. Literally every single trade I call, we talk about and break down during the London session lives, as well as if there's volume, we enter them as well. All wins and losses are posted. We do the recap of the day at the end of every day, recap of the week at the end of every week, as well as the recap of the month and quarter at the end of every month and quarter. Click right here again. It shows you the beginning of August, but it also will show you how we ended July 16-5. You click here, it'll take you to the first week of July. And again, you just keep on clicking these highlighted parts. It'll keep on taking you up on a week by week or month by month basis, depending on which one you click, right? Because again, you click the weekly ones, it'll take you on a week by week basis, right? You click on the monthly ones, it'll take you on a month by month basis. And then if you scroll to July 2nd, you'll see how we ended last quarter, and you see it matches up with your screen. April, we went 16-4, catching 69,396 pips. May, we went 15-4, catching 47,957. And then June, we went 13-3, catching 1,006 pips. And then the quarter, 44-11, giving us an 80% win rate, catching a total of 118,359 pips. You've been absolutely killing it. And again, if you click right here and go to photos, there's over 2 years worth of photos and receipts, screenshots of positions, screenshots of signals, as well as student results and testimonials. So make sure to click and explore all that stuff. You guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we're getting any charts, drop them in the chat. But you already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting right now. What else we got up in here? What else we got? What else we got? Good, thanks for breaking that down. No problem. So once the candle breaks and closes above the price level, do you wait for the retest on the 15-minute? Yeah. Yep. So again, so the price can break this level and hold. We're going to look for a buy, right? So again, we want to enter buys off support, sells off resistance. And again, I got a video dropping today at the beginning of New York session. That's going to break that down as well as some more stuff. So make sure to be subscribed and have your noties on so y'all know as soon as that post. Let me know if y'all can still hear me, girl. If the mic gets messed up, let me know and we'll fix it. What else we got up in here? And how valid is the retest on the 15-minute compared to the retest on the 1 hour or 4 hour? So the reason why I do the retest and look for it on the 15 is because, like we was talking about before, so there's pros and cons, and again, there's no time frame that's better than another. You need both the bigger and the smaller time frames. But again, the smaller time frames, let me put your question back up so people know what we're talking about. So the smaller time frames tell you what price is doing at that exact moment. The bigger time frames tell you what price is doing at a bigger scale, right? So for example, when we look at the 15-minute time frame, we can see how prices reacted each time it's approached or touched this level. You see what I'm saying? But when we go into the bigger time frames, again, we can kind of see it, but when price comes to approach this level, we're not going to really be able to see if it's like closing and holding, respecting that support or not, right? So let me try to find a better example. Okay, right here, right? So let's do a bar replay right here. So we see this wick right here, right? Now, let's just see what we see when we go into a smaller time frame. 15, let's go to 5 minute. All right, so that's not a good example for what I'm looking for. So let's go try to find another example. We're going to find an example because this is a good question. So let me find, okay, let's do this one. All right, cool. And let's see, did it break that level? All right. Right, so we're going to the 1 hour time frame. We can see that when price hit this level, that it rejected, right? But when we go into the smaller time frame, we it's like a microscope, really. You get to take a deeper look at what actually took place. Because on the bigger time frame, all we know is price rejected that level. But when we go into a smaller time frame, we can see a lot closely that, again, price hit this level and failed to hold it as a support level, right? So now let's go to the next candlestick. All right, so Again, we see price rejected that level and broke back above. Now, when we go to the smaller time frame, we can see that again on the hour, we just see that price is broken is above this level, right? But when we go to the smaller time frame, we can actually see that price not only broke above this level, but is retesting to see if it can hold this level from resistance to support, right? And then that's just the 1 hour. We go to the 4 hour, we really aren't going to be able to, well, the bar replay just kind of messed it up. But hopefully you get what I'm trying to say. It's kind of difficult to explain it on the bar replay, so let's try to find one. Let's see if this is a good example right here. Okay. So when we go to the 4 hour, what we see here is price is rejecting the level, right? But when we go into a small time frame, we can see that, okay, price didn't just reject this level, but we see that price was at some point attempting to hold the level as support, but failed to do so, and then start trading back as resistance, right? So you can see a lot more of what took place versus when you're on a bigger time frame, you just see the end result, or like again, you see a lot more what's happening and taking place on a smaller time frame than a bigger time frame. And again, when you're taking trades, you want to understand what's going on, right? And that's just for confirmations. It'll be a lot more complicated if we're in a position. You get what I'm saying? So let me see if we can find. It's kind of hard to find an example after the fact. All right, so let's say I was in this position right here. I'm on a 4 hour time frame. I see price rejecting, right? I'll have a lot more information on the smaller time frame that will tell me, okay, is price just retracing, or is it showing that it's starting to break and reject and push back up to the upside, or is it showing signs that it's just retracement and could potentially try to push back down, right? On the bigger time frames, you're not going to be able to see what's actually taking place within this candlestick. There's candlesticks within each candlestick, right? Like again, when we go into the 4 hour, each 4 hour candlestick has 4 1 hour candlesticks in it. Each 1 hour candlestick got 4 15-minute candlesticks in it, and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. So smaller time frames you go into, you're essentially breaking down that candlestick to see exactly what's taking place and why it did what it did, right? It's like an autopsy almost. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. What else we got up in here? Do you always wait for retests? Yes, to always wait for retests. You always want to wait for retests because, again, just because price breaks a level doesn't mean it's going to hold. Look right here. This is a perfect example. What would have happened if I took a sell here just because price broke this level? I would have took an unnecessary loss when all I had to do was wait for that candlestick to close, aka 10 minutes, 15 minutes, to see that price was not holding that level as resistance, and I could have saved myself taking unnecessary loss. You know what I mean? If you're in the US, the best thing I tell you is to just say bye bye to MT4. I was kind of against it as well because we're used to trading with MT4, but they got other platforms that are, all the other platforms, they're like MT4 but up to date. And you know what I mean if you're using MT4, right? MT4, or especially the computer version, that thing looks like Windows 70. Like that shit is out of date. But so I'll just, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is, right? So as far as brokers, I have a video on my channel going over future broker as well as a forex broker. So I'll drop that in the chat. But yeah, if you're in the US, the US doesn't allow MT4 anymore, so you might as well just get over that and just accept it. Like I said, it's kind of pros and cons to it. The con, it's unfortunate because we got used to that. But the pro is, like I said, the platforms the brokers use for the entry trades is literally like MT4, but up to date and better. And when you start to practice on a demo or make an account, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. It was a blessing in disguise, if you're being real. So I'm gonna drop the video in the chat right now. chats. Make sure to like the live, y'all, and subscribe because we've been dropping game literally this entire live stream. I've been asking some good ass questions. Nobody else doesn't like this over here. What else we got up in here? What else we got up in here? Things that I cleared a lot up from here. I'm glad. That's what's up. No problem method. You like Trade Locker? I don't use Trade Locker, so I can't really speak on it. I have students that use it with no issue. So, if they're making money off it, it's working fine. But I don't use it, so I can't really speak on it. But I have students that use it and they have no issues. That's what we do over here. It's called the playbook for a reason. Right? I'm playmaker way for a reason. We literally got the playbook over here. Speaking of the playbook, there is a sale going on. I literally haven't done a sale in like a year, y'all. There's a sale going on right now, y'all. 12% off everything that's advanced play signal room, that's one-on-one session, as well as the official playbook course. Just use discount code at checkout before purchasing. I am and you get 12% off. And those that use it for the advanced play signal one-on-one sessions, that's 12% off. Not just one time, but each time. So you get that discount off on every single month as long as it's reoccurring, right? And then the course is just a one-time payment. So you get 12% off discount on that. If y'all got questions about any of that stuff, we can talk about it. I usually don't just talk about it because, when people randomly jump into my live or people that are in my lives all the time, they like to use that as an excuse. Not everybody. I'm talking about, like the haters and the losers. They like to use that as a time to, call out their crevices to be like, oh, you just vote and make money off people, blah, 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 blah. But if y'all got questions about it, drop and ask anything. You know what I'm saying? Just like y'all questions y'all are asking. A lot of questions y'all ask, I break down super in depth as well as more stuff that goes on top of that in the course in the one-on-one sessions. But again, I don't mind answering questions straight up in the live stream because one, not everybody joins the live, so it's like if you're here, it's worth it, and it's a reward for y'all to even click and invest in yourselves time-wise. Because again, a lot of people don't even be in these lives, or if the markets are slow like they are now, they'll just hop out because all they want is signals, or they want me to just like, hey, buy here, sell here. But that's why issues always, but you guys got questions to ask because again, that's what these live streams are for. Here to help y'all out to make trading easier and simple as possible. Because that's what trading is. Trading is super, super, super simple. It's not as complicated as y'all see online. It's super, super simple. The hard part is just discipline and breaking those bad habits, right? But trading itself is very, very, very simple. So we got a new 5-minute about to pop up in a little bit. Again, we're looking for possible GJ sells. GJ's been doing nice push to downside literally all week. So GJ can hold 185.40 as resistance. We can look for sales going back down to 184.50 and possibly down to 183.60. That's what we're looking at right now. What else we got up in here? What else we got up in here? Doing your students use DX trade? Yeah, a few of them use it. So especially if y'all use prop firms, like the prop firms nowadays, there's like three main brokers they partner with, so they can still, you know, allow or accept US traders, and that's Match Trader, Trade Locker, and DX Trade, right? Um, those I know mainly from the prop firm accounts. On my prop firm challenges, I personally use, I believe it's called Match Trader. That's the one I selected. And this is prop firms we're talking about. But yeah, I have students that use DX Trade. Like I said, I have students that use for futures Trade Evade, um, Trade Locker. I have a few that use Trade Locker. I have clients outside the US as well, so I'm trying to think of. I thought of a few others, but those are from the US. And does anyone still have access to? Speaking of that, accounts that are like unregulated accounts because y'all. So for me, I can still use unregulated broker because I made an account with them before they applied all the rules, which I find interesting. But I know if you try to make it now, specifically with the one I use, and you're the US, you can't do it no more. So like I still get emails to this day, and I can log in and use it if I want to, which I find interesting. But I don't use it too much anymore. Sometimes I just want to see something because all the stuff going on in the US. I just find that interesting. So I'm like, was it a thing like only make still can accept past or current customers or clients, or just can accept new US people? I don't know. Got new 15 about to pop up in a little bit. When will it sell? And most likely the end of the month. Most likely the end of the month. We're looking for support and resistance lines. You have 3 or more touches to your value support resistance area. No. So one thing I always tell members and students is, again, price doesn't come up with new tricks every week. Markets aren't adapting. Not like people think. Right? Like, oh, you know, I slipped on the banana peel last week, so now I'm gonna make sure that when I'm checking before I step every time. Like, no, like price does the same, has the same bag of tricks. I mean, same bag of tricks every single week. Price always repeats itself. Right? If you've seen it once, you're gonna see it twice. You see it twice, you're gonna see it thrice. You've seen it thrice, you're gonna see it every week, if not every single day. Right? And another thing you gotta understand is a strong support is also strong resistance. Right? So when we look at this level here, and we're looking to see if price is going to break and hold as support, we can see that here, September 12th, yesterday, price was treating this level as a resistance level. We look to the left, same price here, the 8th was being treated as resistance. We go further to the left, we see the 4th was being treated as support. We look further to the left, August 29th being treated as support. And then we keep going, we're going to find price, keep on touching it, right? But it doesn't need to touch it once or twice to be considered it. It's already set in stone. Like the key price levels are already set in stone. Now, if you're talking about what we need for a confirmation to enter a trade, that's different. And again, it's not just a touch thing. That's where I understand that's a lot of confusion comes from online. A lot of times people be trying to make it like it's like simple. Like in school, it's like either ABC. But it's not like that in trading. Trading is situational. A lot of stuff is situational. It's not no one answer for everything, right? It's not no absolute answer, right? Like I'll get questions a lot that's similar to what you're asking. Like, when people are thinking about, joining advanced play student room, I'll get a question like, how many trades you call a week? How many trades you call a day? I'm like, I can't tell you that because it's situational, right? Or people will ask me, what time frame or between what times do you call trades? I'm like, that situation, right? I can't look at you and tell you at 3:30 on the dot every single day we enter 3 trades, no matter what. That's ridiculous, right? And it's the same thing when it comes to your confirmations, right? That's why again I always talk about you have to spend time on the charts, because the more you spend time on the charts, the more you're going to understand what price is doing. You're going to recognize these patterns. Because like I said, price does not come up with new tricks on a weekly basis. It has the same bag of tricks that it uses every single week, every single day, every single month, right? So as far as looking for confirmations, it's not just a 1, 2, or 3 type thing. It's again, it's based on what price did recently and what you're looking for, right? But again, it's not. That's why I always say if it can hold as support or hold as resistance. And if you watch my playlist on trade breakdowns, you'll see a lot of examples. Because again, on the trade breakdowns playlist, I have a bunch of different buy and sell situations, and I break down from start to finish why I went for buys, why I went for sells, etc., etc. So make sure to check out my day trading tips and my trade breakdown playlist. And then also in the course, I have literally like multiple sections where I break down step by step, not just how to identify the key price levels, but what you need to look for to enter trades in different situations and scenarios. But also, if you watch the London session lives, again, there are some days where I do enter trades live, so you can kind of see what made me pull the trigger on that day on that trade. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, looks like it's about to hold this level like really. It's like a bomb starting to come into the markets. Again, there is no high impact news going on today, so we're simply just waiting for volumes and our confirmations to be met. Got a new video dropping for you at the beginning of the week. I mean, not the beginning of the week, the beginning of the day of New York session. So make sure to have your notice on and subscribe. 2,700 subscribers. Let's get to 2,800. We can get to that easily. You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat. When we can need charge, drop them in the chat. First live for me. This has been an awesome experience. Appreciate your knowledge. No problem. No problem. Yes, we do this Monday through Friday every single day. London session 3 a.m. EST. And then with the members and events play sooner, we go live at least twice a week during New York news events. We went live yesterday and Wednesday. And then on Wednesdays, yesterday's news didn't really do anything, which is partially the reason why our stop loss got hit on that trade. But Wednesday's news was literally live for when price took a dump and we got this huge move. And also, this was a day Wednesday. We took this trade live during the live stream as well as broke down while we was looking for sales during that live stream. And then you can see here at 8:30, that's when the news popped up and the price tempted it down. So that's what happens on How to Trade News, right? On the How to Trade News playlist, hold that thought. These are usually my favorite news stuff here. It has to break through this low, but I don't like how it's looking. Hold that thought. Always one about to break some stuff down. Price we're trying to take off. So, All right, man. So okay, new 5 minutes just popped up, but again, it's kind of struggling. And another thing you have to keep in mind as well is when we was in a downtrend last time, this is the price point that price failed to really hold as resistance and rejected, right? But then we had the reversal come back down. So today slash Monday, we're either going to see this level get broken and the downtrend continue and break through this level. That's what we want to see happen. Or we might see price freaking consolidate and range here for another 2 days or 3 days, which is what we don't want to see. But again, when it comes to trading, you have to understand both possible situations, right? The good situation and the bad situation, right? The good situation, what you want to see happen, and what you don't want to see happen, or what can happen. A lot of times, the traders, they only think about what the good side, which is nothing wrong with that. You want to think positive. But what I mean by that is, a lot of times people are like, okay, if I put this lot size and risk this amount per pip, I can make this amount of dollars, but you can also lose that amount of dollars, right? So again, you have to think about both possible outcomes, the negative consequences. Also, I like this. Right now, I'm just watching to see if we can break this level right here. That's what we're looking at right now. Here as well. What's my daily schedule between trading a lifestyle and sleep? I sleep like it depends. It depends on what I'm doing. It depends on what I'm doing in general, or like that I've been meetings or one-on-one sessions. I can sleep, I promise. But I've always been the type of person that didn't really sleep a lot. Like I've always been like the type that stay up late or just do whatever I want. So that's why a London session never really bothered me because I was always a night owl. Like before I start trading, I don't really like saying trading full time. I do other stuff as well. But before I quit my job and started working on my own and started my businesses, I used to work graveyard shift all the time. I used to work two jobs, but I used to always work either a night shift or graveyard shift as one of my two jobs. But as far as what time I sleep, it depends. But usually, it's an hour, 2 hour nap sometimes before I live stream. Today, for example, I didn't go to sleep before I went live. But that's because I took like a 3 hour nap, like an hour before market close during New York session. And then I woke up around like 8, 9 o'clock. So I went to sleep at like maybe 4 o'clock. And I woke up at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock last night. So yeah, I usually sleep like before market close or towards the end of market close New York session. Then wake up during Tokyo session. I'm always like that. Like even on the weekends, I'm up all the time. Um, yeah, I just always been like that. I always be running off for like 4 hours of sleep, 6 hours of sleep. But trust me, I don't be on my computer all day. Like I say it all the time. I'm literally only on my computer like I am now because I'm live streaming. Oh, hold up. Good thing I checked because GJ about to try to take off on the board. I like how these are looking right here. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Oh yeah, only time I'm on my computer really is if I'm like recording videos, stuff like that. Like when I'm doing my analysis and stuff like that, I'm on my phone. Like only time I'm on my computer is when I do my initial analysis, like for the week, or if I gotta like check something else out, like if the trends changing or prices retracing more than anticipated. But for the most part, um, I just have the app on my phone because again, I know what my game plan is going to be. So now I'm just waiting for my confirmations, and I just check my phone for my confirmation. I can be in bed, I can be cooking, working out and about on the road, whatever. But I'm not glued to my computer. Like I'm not one of those people you see online that got 6 monitors you know, 2 laptops, 3 mouses. Like, I'm not that dude. So like even when I'm in trades or trading, I'm doing other stuff. So like, so I, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I like trading, because it's like I can multitask, but I can just, you know, live life. You know what I mean? Uh, like I'm not like, you know, like I can do whatever. I can be on my way to the airport. I can be stuck in traffic. I can be asleep. I can be chilling. I can be at a restaurant. I can be doing whatever. I could still be actively trading or making money on my other businesses. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I like how he's looking right here. We gotta do 15 about to pop on new hour, about to pop on in a second. I want to see how these candlesticks close. Yeah, so you get it, you get it. Yeah, I've always been like that. Like I've always been like that. Cause I remember when I was younger, you know, they teach you in school and stuff like, oh, you need 8 hours of sleep or you won't grow or whatever they say. You know, they be saying a bunch of stuff. So I used to think that was true, but then I started thinking about it. I was like, bro, I don't sleep for 8 hours and I feel fine. And then I remember one time. Now I don't recommend doing this. I'm just speaking from experience. I remember one time I forgot what I was doing. I can't remember. Hopefully, I wasn't doing the reckless stuff. I can't remember, but I just know it was like one day. It was like one day where like, because like I said, I used to work 2 jobs and stuff, and so like I was like, I don't know what happened, but I just know that I didn't go to sleep before I had my other job, and it was like an hour or like 40 minutes before I had to start my job, and like I took that nap, bro, and like that hour nap, I woke up and I felt energized. I don't know, bro, but I'm not saying I sleep for an hour every day, but like, yeah, I don't really need a lot of sleep. I just need a 2 hour nap, 3 hour nap, and I'm good. I'm good. Like I don't really sleep like that. Like I might get a full 8 or 10 hours sleep consecutively, like maybe Friday or Saturday night. Like, but besides that, I'm just doing stuff. I'm always doing stuff. Like I said, like I like to do things. I also don't want to feel like I'm wasting my time or something like that. Like I'm the type of person like I can be chilling, enjoying myself, and then maybe 30 minutes in, I'll be like, damn, I could be doing this, this, and that, or that, and that, and this. Well, let's say I don't think that, and I'm just doing whatever. And after I'm done, I'm like, damn, I could have did this, I could have that, and then this time I could do this. But I always be doing something. I always gotta do something. And I think that's why I don't like to sleep. Because I'm like, bro, I just slept. I just slept like 8 hours. Because when you really think about it, 8 hours is a lot. Like, you know, there's 24 hours a day. 8 hours is a lot. Right? I just leave 16 hours in a day. You know what I'm saying? And then most people work 8 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? So you just slept for 8 hours, and then you just worked another 8 hours, and that's not including the hour before work. You know what I'm saying? That you got to do what you got to do, and maybe the hour commute back from work. That's a lot of hours. You know what I'm saying? And that literally just leaves like 6 hours in the day to do something. So it's kind of depressing when you think about it. The way the world said it's kind of messed up. That's why I like trading. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I can negate that to a certain extent. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Like I said, it's a baby style. I was just talking to a member during the one-on-one session the other day. It's steps to it. You know what I'm saying? Last thing you want to do is try to rush the process, right? If you got a job, do not quit that thing. Even if you have like one good month of trading, do not quit that thing. I'm about to tell y'all what y'all need to do. Y'all need to stack y'all's bread, have a good amount of money in your savings, and then separate from your savings. Once you have your savings stacked up, like I don't know, 5 bands, 10 bands of your savings, that's your savings. And then you need to save. If you really just save up like even $1,000 or $5,000 and start trading with that while still working, bro. Like before I quit my 2 jobs, I was starting to make part-time income with trading, and then that's when I quit one of my jobs. So now I was just working one full-time job and then trading. You get what I'm saying? Um, and I was stacking that bread up while working, while making part-time income with trading, and then when I was saving as well as compounding my accounts, again, like if you just take the time, because I know a lot of times like I'll get questions like, can you trade with $100, $50? Yes, you can, but at the same time, we all know that trading with $1,000 or $5,000 is way better than trading with $100, right? So you just wait patiently and stack up your money just a little bit more. And while you're stacking up your money, you're taking the time that you actually need to spend to learn how to read the charts. So that's another thing a lot of people do. They get their bread and they immediately go into the markets, but you don't know what the hell you're doing, right? I like to give this analogy. Essentially, what I used to do, and a lot of y'all are doing or have done, is y'all have never driven a car before. You watched all the Fast and Furious movies. You might be a beast at Mario Kart, who knows? But you've never driven a car before. And then y'all want me to give you my keys, and you hop in the whip, and you're surprised that you crash. And you're like, what the hell? Right? Like I know red means stop, green means right. I know I need to be on the right side of the road, but why did I just crash? It's like because you don't know how to fucking drive, right? Like before you get your license, there's a process, right? You got to first know the rules of the road, take the test, showing that you know what signs mean what light means what, who has the right of way here, who has the right of way there. And then once they see that you understand the rules of the road, then you go to the driver's test. But you don't just go into the highway or start driving. What do they have you do first? Okay, well, let's see if you know how to turn the car. Basic stuff. Let's see if y'all know how to turn your blinkers on your headlights, reverse park, parallel park, right? Then you hit the road. It's a process, you know what I'm saying? There's levels to it. So last thing last thing y'all should do is try to rush the process. Teacher mode, I think, is trying to take it. I might try to break this level. Trying to see if we can break this point because it still has all resistance, but it needs volume to break through this level. So I'm watching to see what's going to do. Looks like he's going to try to do. He's trying to put this level of support as well. So again, if you can hold 31.45 support, you can look for buys going to 30.90 and possibly up to 32.20. As you can look at possible buys if you can break 19.80 as support, you can look at possible buys going to 19.60. And then GJ, we're still going to be looking for sales. So we can hold 185.40 as resistance. We can look for sales 450, possibly down to 370. And then EN, you can look at possible buys. It's got some work to do. But if it can break and hold 78.90, not 78, 79.90 as support, you can look for buys 80, 50. Because again, charts kind of just trying to figure their lives out, right? Again, I was talking about the beginning of this live stream. A lot of these charts, just look, right? Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, yesterday. We see that literally for the past 4 days, price has been stuck in place while struggling to break this resist low and break this support level. Right? It sucks, but ain't nothing we can do about that, right? There's really only been a handful of charts this week that's actually had like some decent volume and movement. And that's how it is some weeks. You know, you can't really do much about it. That's how it is some weeks. All right, y'all. Shout out everybody in the live. Shout out everybody that's been alive since the beginning. Shout out everybody that's been alive since y'all joined. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal Telegram. The business is learning how to identify these levels, the signal services, or mentorship program. Make sure to hit those links in the description. But before we end this live stream, do not waste this weekend, y'all. The weekend is going to be over before you know it. Make sure to review y'all's trades. Make sure to revise or come up with a trading plan if you do not have a trading plan. Right, we're about to have Q3 end. We're going to be approaching Q4. It's time to lock in, y'all. It's time to lock in. We'll be back at it next week. Enjoy y'all's weekend. And again, be on the lookout for the video I got for y'all dropping the beginning of New York session. If you want to contact me directly, y'all can DM me on Instagram and Telegram. Instagram, see scrolling at the bottom of your screen, playmaker_way. Respond to all messages. And peace. We out.